Hello, this is David Birch at StarPath School of Navigation with another short, well, hopefully short, video on charting with OpenCPN, and this time we'll look at other charts, which means beyond the standard NOAA US charts. And again, your starting point is the manual, which is referenced in earlier parts, and here's all the sections on their charts. So let me get started. And one thing we could do is look at the international charts that are there. So if I go to Chart Downloader and then say Add, and then go to these international charts, some of them really remarkable sets of charts. For example, in Brazil, say OK. And then, as noted earlier, we have to then update that. And then this is a listed, look at this, all these charts. I mean, it's a full set of Brazilian charts in the raster charts. And we'll just take a look here, like the first. These are usually listed, by the way, from large, well, maybe, I don't know if they've up, small scale to large scale is how they're loaded, but I don't know if it's up or down. I think in this case, this is a small scale and down at the, so here I'll take like 4 of these from up here, and 4 of these, you know, from these are like the smaller, larger scale rather, charts like that, something like that. And then you can just say download selected, and I've already done that. So let me cancel that and then go look at them. So we go here, and then we add, this is again the window where you're looking at what charts you're viewing. You could have 1,000 charts on your machine, but they'll only show up if they're here. So we add a directory, and then here's the ones I did, Brazil. So I just have to hit that and say OK. Say apply and OK, and here are the charts then. I mean, this is just like, but 8 of them, 8 of like 300 charts. And then you zoom in, here are these beautiful charts. And then I took some for 4 from the top. That must be these big 4 ones out here. And then the smaller ones are like this guy in here. Is that him? Must be him, yeah. So that's some little chart of a river and so forth. So you see, is a wonderful resource. There's also, if I was looking around here, there's a couple down here, and here's where the other 3 were. They're really large scale. They're just little sections of this river. Okay, so that's that. So you can download those international charts in the same way, if they're on that list. One thing that's of interest to do, though, is to go, let's go to the chart downloader and then say show local files. Now we can always just navigate directly there. Let's see, what do we have here? RNC. Yeah. So here's where we had our charts stored, but this is what those 4 charts brought us. No, 8 charts. 8, I guess it was 8 charts. See, they're kind of like named differently, but this one BSB must apply to this KAP, you know, and so forth for those small scale charts. And then the others are down here with the BSB associated with these. And then look, here's a little bonus that snuck in there. What is that? That is some description of looks like a bridge crossing there. So that's interesting. I actually didn't look at what this is. Text. You got to read Portuguese at this point. Okay, so that's that. That's another way you can do. You can look at those charts. Another thing that you might do is get a chart, look at charts like we do in our classroom. We've made a custom chart for our students because we use one particular chart, but we use a training chart. And that training chart's frozen in time, and there is no, you can't go and download that BSB from NOAA. So we just made that, and basically the instructions for doing that are in OpenCPN as well, as far as that goes. But let me just say I'm going to add, and let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Wait a minute. Cancel. I'm in the wrong place here. You see, I'm looking at, these are charts. Remember, these charts in this display here are it's just tagging the catalog files so that they'll update properly. We want to go look here. And these are the ones we're actually looking at. We're just now looking at the Brazil charts, and we're looking at these. So here's where I want to add the directory. And then, let's see where I am. RNC. There's charts. Where am I? In documents. Oh, okay. I may have to go to downloads, chart. These are in a different place. It doesn't matter so much. RNC. Here's our training chart. Now, if we open that, it'll be the same chart, the BSB and so forth. Notice it's gray. It's kind of reminding me I'm not clicking the right button there, right? So we select this one and say OK. Now we've got that training chart showing. OK, apply. OK, well, right now we don't need to look at the Brazil charts. I can just hide them. OK, apply, and OK. Now that training chart, where are we? Brazil, that's up here. That's up here. There it is. This is a training chart we use in our courses, in our online courses. And that's there. And again, that is showing, that's a quilted view. If I went to the wrench and turned on the, shut off the quilting and say apply and OK, then I see the full trim around it. By the way, that does not behave that way with the Brazilian charts, I just noticed. So that's the way the US charts behave, but not the ones in Brazil. You don't ever get to see a border on those, it looks like. So that's a special case. You just have to put the chart somewhere and then go and navigate to it, and it'll show up here. And the one last thing that's of interest, not so much to our to our navigation students, but to our weather students, is you can load weather maps, and they'll be perfectly good charts. Now, that's a little bit getting ahead of the subject, and I do have to go to the PC version for that. But here's now the PC version, and this is looking ahead. We need to make some videos on this. I think I have one or two already, but let me just show this real quick in the spirit of other charts, okay? So this is the weather facts. Oh, it's already loaded. Okay, let me, how do I delete that? Well, so what you go here, and then, I guess you do file delete, maybe, something like that. Okay, so that's the way it would show up. I did a quick test before we started here. So you turn that on, then you go to, this is the WeatherFacts plugin. You put file, you're going on your own computer and looking for it. And you go to file. Oh, wait a minute, now I'm blanking out here. File. Open. Oh no, that's getting it from your own computer. Retrieve. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Retrieve, and then go to the internet. This plugin has a lot of features, so this is just the one we're using. And so there's the one I just used, but let's just use that one. And you select what you want. Then get to Fiji. Fiji has some beautiful maps, as do these other places. Now, I see the Met service. Okay, I'll let that go. So we're down here at NOAA, Pacific, and then when I click that, then these pop up here. I selected that one, and then say Retrieve Selected. If I already exists less than 180 minutes ago. Okay, that makes sense. It's reminding me it hasn't changed. It's pretty smart. Okay, so there is now, that's another map. That's a real map. That's got like, you see down here's my lat lon. It's like that. I can go up here. I'm pressing the M key now. You don't see that, but that's the M key. I can measure distances. I can lay out routes. I can do anything on here. This is just like a map. So there's an example. This is one of the powers of the OpenCPN to have this flexibility like this. And so these are just 3 examples of other charts.